Hello and welcome back to the Argon Mining YouTube channel. I'm Ashton and we are going to walk through some more detailed guides on how to mint KRC20 tokens. With the launch coming up this Sunday, or at least the protocol launch, Kasplex pushing KRC20 out to Kaspa Mainnet this Sunday, there's going to be quite a few projects launching on Sunday and folks needing to mint tokens and potentially multiple tokens at the same time. So I wanted to walk through start to finish how to set up a KasWare wallet, how to get that wallet funded, how to actually start minting tokens, and some best practices along the way. The last time I did one of these videos, the only feature in KasWare was manually minting, clicking the button each mint you wanted to do. They've since changed that and allowed for some automation here, which is going to help us tremendously, specifically when it comes to minting two tokens at the same time. So you'll see I've got two browsers pulled up in front of me, and one of the critical things I want to explain is Chrome profiles. So in Google Chrome, if you go up to this little user icon right here, you've got the option to create profiles. And the idea with a Chrome profile is that all of your history and your Chrome extensions and all of your bookmarks and cookies and things like this are segregated based on the profile. So my work profile here doesn't bleed into the crypto profile, and it doesn't bleed into Casper mining or excuse me minting profile that I just created for this video. And this is critically important because if you're going to want to mint two or more KRC20 tokens at the same time on the same machine, you are going to have to segregate the wallets that you're using for this. So we'll get to minting in just a second. We'll get to minting both tokens at the same time in just a second. What I want to walk through start to finish here is setting up a KasWare wallet. Now, the only thing you guys won't see is me funding this wallet because I've already done so by pulling some testnet tokens from the Kaspa Testnet faucet. So first thing you want to do to get ready for minting KRC20 this Sunday, June 30th, is going to the Chrome Web Store and downloading this KasWare wallet. So I'll go ahead and put this link to the Chrome Store in the video description below. So you can just click straight away to the Chrome Store and know that you're getting the exact right thing. But what you want to do is come in here and find the KasWare wallet and then click this Add to Chrome button. It's going to confirm that it can read change data on websites. That's fine. We're going to click Add Extension. And what's great is when KasWare starts, it opens in what I always refer to as full tab mode. So instead of this mode of just the wallet hovering on your screen, you've got the entire tab dedicated that can't be closed to the KasWare wallet. So the first thing I want everyone to do before you create the wallet, before you do anything, bookmark this page so you can open the KasWare wallet in this full tab mode when you're ready to go mint. So I'm going to click that star button right there. It wants to put it in all bookmarks. I want it in the bar, so I'm going to move it over there. And now we're good. So I already have a wallet. So I'm going to walk through restoring this wallet. Grab my password here. Continue. This is a KasWare wallet. I set this up originally in KasWare, but you're more than welcome to choose one of these others if your wallet is coming from another source. So I have a 12-word seed phrase, so I'm going to put that in here and continue. And then I did put a passphrase on my wallet, which actually changes the accounts that come up. It changes, kind of adds a 13th word to your seed phrase, if you will. So I'll put that in. I'm a fan of Nacho, so I made that passphrase Nacho for my testing account. So continue. Now it's defaulting me to mainnet, and that's why we're seeing this error. Obviously, KRC20 does not come out until Sunday. So nothing you see in this video is real mainnet minting. These are testnet tokens, testnet wallet transactions, and even the KasWare wallet does not support KRC20 minting just yet. They're going to release an update before everything goes live on Sunday so that we can do everything you see here on mainnet. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to jump into settings and move us over to testnet 11. Now, the first thing we need to do is get really familiar with our accounts within this wallet. So if you click account one up here, you'll see that we've just got a single account. I know there's another account that I've created on this wallet, so I'm going to click Discover Address. And it's going to run a search and find Discovery 101. It just automatically names them. So I'm going to click into that, and it looks like, oh, yep, we do have activity on this on Kaspa Testnet. So what you can see is I've just restored the wallet on this left Chrome browser to be identical to the one we already had set up on the right Chrome browser. So these two different Chrome profiles, they are unique. Their information, their history, their extensions, they're entirely segregated. So I had to go through the process of setting up the same KasWare wallet on both Chrome profiles. And you can see I've done that here. So in this one that I haven't been messing with, I had named these accounts. So let's go in here to this other one and name them locally to this instance as well. So we can see this first address ends in HT6DE, HT6DE, and it has the same balance. So I'm going to add that same name for easy tracking for myself, Nacho Minting. Now, Discovery 101 here ends in 6XS, and that same thing over here, and it has the same balance. So I'm going to bring that name over to this one as well so that I can easily track the differences here. So I now have one wallet that's protected by one seed phrase. It's loaded in both Chrome profiles, and I've built out the account list to be identical in both, so I know exactly what I'm doing. So on the left, I'm going to go into the Nacho Minting account, and on the right, I'm going to go into the Casper Minting account. We can see that these have different wallet addresses, different balances, and even different KRC20 balances from my previous testing. So the first thing I want to do is walk through minting a single KRC20 token with the new automated mint feature that KasWare has released. So to get into minting, we're going to focus on this left browser, and we're going to mint some Nacho tokens. So in this KasWare wallet, we've got these three options at the bottom, right? Our wallet, our settings, and then in the middle, we've got these KRC20 functions. So we're going to go into that middle button, and then we'll click KRC20 mint or deploy. And here, just like we saw in the manual minting video, we've got this toggle. Mint is default on the left, and deploy is your other option on the right. You do not need deploy. Don't mess with this. Deploying is for project developers to create brand new tokens on KRC20 that others can mint. I'm going to be going through doing this on Sunday morning for the Nacho project, but users don't need to. Stay on the mint side. So on this mint side, we've got basically four buttons, pieces, text boxes, something to interact with, right? So let's go through those. Your ticker here must be the ticker of the KRC20 token you want to mint. Now, in my previous video, I had discussed how these tickers were case sensitive and we had to put them in all caps. I was wrong, and that is not the case. Tickers on KRC20 are not case sensitive. You do have to put them in perfectly from a character perspective, but the case doesn't matter. And keep in mind, all KRC20 tickers are 100% unique. So you don't need a contract address like you do on Solana or EVM. You just need the ticker for this KRC20 token. So we're going to put in Nacho. And this next option you have here is a slider. And this will allow KasWare to automate the mint process for one mint all the way up to 1,000 mints. Now, this does not speed up your mint process. It doesn't give you a competitive advantage over others. It simply lets you walk away from your computer and not have to sit there and click mint 1,000 times to get 1,000 mints. So what we're going to do for the purposes of this example is make a quick 10 mint cycle. If I can get it right, let's just do 7 and save me the hassle. So we'll do 7 mints here of the Nacho token. Now, priority transaction fee. This is an interesting button to click. It is not mandatory, and the idea of a priority transaction fee is increasing the gas that you are including with your Kaspa transaction so that it gets included in a block quicker. If you're familiar with Bitcoin, we many times see our transactions sit in the mempool for 10 or 20 or 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, because our gas fee has been set too low compared to the rest of the Bitcoin network users. They're paying more gas, so their transactions are being prioritized over ours, and ours are being dropped lower and lower in the mempool until they fall into the next block and the subsequent block, and so on and so forth. So if you are running into slow minting transactions, or maybe Kaspa network gets so congested that we see a couple failed mint transactions, this is the lever you want to pull on. This is the solution to making those transactions go through. Now, to be crystal clear, my plan is to start minting without priority transaction fees to save me on gas cost. But if I run into any network congestion issues or my transactions are not going quick enough, I'm going to add priority transaction fees. And from here, you've got four options. You can add 1/1000th of a CAS, you can add 1/100th of a CAS, or you can add 1/10th of a CAS, or you can put in a custom amount and you could go crazy and put in a whole CAS if you wanted to. This is completely unnecessary, I believe. We don't know what's going to happen yet. We have no idea how congested the Kaspa network is going to get, but I would start small and increase as you need to until you start seeing those transactions go through without a problem. And again, they may go through without a problem, leaving that priority transaction fee checkbox completely unchecked. Now, there's one more thing I want to cover before I get to this next button. One CAS will be paid to miners per mint according to the protocol. CAS used to say Kasplex protocol, but according to the protocol. So this is the normal fee that we should be all aware of and we all know. Each mint transaction costs one Kaspa in exchange for the batch of KRC20 tokens you're getting or you're minting. That Kaspa goes to miners, Kaspa miners. It does not go to project developers, doesn't go to the Kasplex protocol, doesn't go to the KasWare Wallet, none of that. So basically, we've got these four options. Nacho as the ticker. We're going to do 7 mints in our example here. We don't need any priority transaction fees because this is specifically on testnet 11 and there's very little going on, so it should be no problem to go through. So from here, we just click next. And then we see this little bit of code preview on how the mint transaction is going to go. And again, we can see that it has automatically uppercased my ticker. So it doesn't matter how you put that ticker into the ticker box. Lowercase, uppercase, do it like the crazy online version where it's different every time. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure that your ticker is correct. And to be crystal clear again, there is no dollar signs in these KRC20 tickers. There's no dollar signs, there's no other punctuation either. This is alpha characters only, alphabetic characters only. So we've got Nacho in there. We're seeing that we're going to mint KRC20 token. So we hit sign and pay. And this window is showing us the automated process of KRC20 building, or I'm sorry, of KasWare building our KRC20 mint transactions. So we can see the ticker is Nacho. The state, this shows how much of the Nacho token has been minted. On testnet, we can see 0.4% has been minted. This obviously progress bar showing you the progress bar of each transaction and it resets every time. Your successful count shows you how many times you have minted successfully. Failed count obviously shows you how many of those mints failed. And then this is giving you a live preview of your Kaspa balance and your KRC20 token balance that's relevant to this mint. So we can see we've had 6. We should see the last transaction go through and then a confirmation message that that mint was completed. Wonderful. So we have successfully minted Nacho 7 unique times with only clicking through that process once. So hopefully that gives you a really good indication as to how to use the KasWare automated mint features. Now I want to get into a solution for people who are worried about trying to mint two tokens at the same time. So looking at these two Chrome browsers, again, they are unique profiles. We can see that this profile is called Nacho Minting, and I have set it up as a unique profile. And this Chrome profile is set up as Casper Minting and is, again, a completely unique Chrome profile. I downloaded the KasWare Wallet from Chrome and installed it to both browsers. After that, I restored my KasWare Wallet to both browsers. These are from the same seed phrase, and it really is just one wallet. I've just loaded it or restored it to both Chrome profiles. Once in the Notch or the KasWare Wallet, I've looked at addresses, organize them properly, and set up two unique addresses so that I can mint at the same time from different Kaspa addresses. So here on the left, we're using the Nacho minting address that ends in KHT6DE. On the right, we're going to use the Casper minting address that ends in 6LW6XS. So here, I'm going to click into Nacho. Here, I'll click into Casper. Similarly, just like we saw in the single KRC20 token minting example we did a moment ago, we're going to go into the functions in both wallets. We're going to then go to mint and deploy in both wallets. And we're going to make sure we're on the mint side of the toggle in both wallets. Here, we're going to put in Nacho, and we're going to run 13 transactions. And here, we'll put in Casper as the ticker, and we're also running 13 transactions. So from here, I'm going to click Next here, also going to click Next over here. I've got the example of the code for both mints right in front of me, and they both look proper. So I'm going to hit Sign and Pay and Sign and Pay. And you can see that these two Chrome profiles are completely segregating the wallets so that they don't know about each other. And they're able to operate independently on two separate KRC20 tokens. Uh, and we're basically just going to watch this go through these 13 mints, make sure that it is successful on both sides. And then I'll show you a little bit about address management in the wallet so that you can really make sure that you have this separation of address. Because if you try to mint two KRC20 tokens at the same time on the same Kaspa wallet address, it will fail. Kaspa wallets can only process one transaction at a time, and that first transaction must be complete and confirmed before the next transaction is processed. So while this automation in a single wallet works great because it only processes one transaction after the next, running it simultaneously twice on two different tickers with the same wallet address will cause failures because they won't be aware that they're processing a transaction at the same time. And that's not possible to be confirmed on the Kaspa network. So we've gotten 11 transactions here for both Casper and Nacho. Both look like they're minting successfully with no issue at all. And I expect them to complete right here in a second. Wonderful. So we can see on our left browser, Nacho was successfully minted. On our right browser, Casper, was successfully minted. So I'm going to click Done here and Done here. And I want to show you a little bit about address management inside the KasWare wallet. So a wallet is based on a seed phrase or a private key, but it can generate numerous addresses with that same private key, with that same seed phrase, right? And that's what we've done here. So if you're looking at your KasWare wallet and you go, well, I only have one address. I don't know how to get another one. Click up here to whatever your wallet is named, and then click this little ellipses menu. You can simply add a new account. So let's say we wanted to also mint um, Kaspa at the same time. I was going to use Goat as an example, but Goat is not a fair launch project, so I do not want to use that as an example. So Kaspa minting, we create a new account. We have 0 Cas, so I'm not going to be able to do any minting. I would have to send Kaspa to this address. which actually I can do for you guys as an example. So if we want to fund this Kaspa minting address, we're just going to click that address, pop right back over to one of our others, click send, paste in that address, and let's add 10,000 testnet Cas. Sign and pay. Done. So now in our Kaspa address, we have 10,000 Cas. And we could easily go into here and I don't even know if Kaspa is mintable. Let's see. We could easily go in here and run these same things, right? We're only doing one. Network response is not okay. Okay, so Kaspa is not possible. But address management, really what you want to do is come in here and just create unique addresses and then load them in unique Chrome profiles. So I hope that helps walk through automated minting on KasWare and the possibility to mint two tokens at the same time from the same machine. If you have any questions about this video or this process, please leave them in the comments below. I'm hosting an AMA for the Nacho project today, and then another AMA tomorrow for the Nacho project to make sure people are prepared to start minting on Sunday morning. So leave your questions in the comments below. I'll either respond in the comments or just bring them up live on the Twitter Spaces AMA that's hosting later today. And we'll see if we can get your questions answered and get you prepared to mint as many KRC20 tokens as you want to. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and thanks for your time.